Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 114 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brad Ellison. Joining me, of course, I have my co-host, Micah Moriarty. Micah, hello. How are you today?
Hello, Bradley. I am doing quite well. Thank you for asking. It's a beautiful day out. It's warm. It's 80 degrees and sunny. It's shaping up to be a pretty decent week, so I'm happy.
Okay, nice. What did you guys get up to over the weekend?
I grilled some steaks.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
Really, that was the highlight because actually, so we had an electrician over on Friday for some very minor repairs. And the guy was making small talk and he said, "Any plans this weekend?" And I said, "I got some steaks." And he said, "Oh, cool." And really, that was the extent of my plans. Of course, we played games and that's really what we do all the time. But yeah, I got some beautiful ribeyes at BJ's. And so it was a 2-pack. And I ended up making one on Friday. And we ate it with I made baked potatoes and Colin had rice. And then on Saturday, I made the second steak and we sliced it real thin for sandwiches. So that was quite fun. And that was the highlight of my weekend.
Does Colin not like baked potatoes?
He's not a fan. He said it's just a vehicle for butter and salt. And maybe that's true, but they're kind of just like, if mashed potatoes are like a deconstructed baked potato, you know what I mean? It's like they're all in that same family. Of course, you don't have the milk with a baked potato, but I made it in the air fryer and it came out great because part of why I love baked potatoes. I don't make them very often though, because in your regular oven, they can take an hour and a half. And if it's just me having one, it just feels absurd to heat up the oven like that for one fucking potato. And then instead, I just had a revelation of like, what about the air fryer? And I went on YouTube and found a million shorts of people making air fryer baked potatoes. I gave it a try. It came out great. I did make two, so I had a leftover one for the next day. But now I'm going to do that from now on because when I want a baked potato, now I can make one. And I just made him, we have a rice cooker, so I just made him a small portion of rice for his steak dinner. Everything worked out great.
Yeah. God bless the air fryer.
That's fantastic.
Essential for the kitchen nowadays. When did air fryers start becoming common? I don't remember.
Oh, so I had one back in 2018.
Okay.
And that's when I started seeing them a lot. I ordered mine from HSN. And that's when I started seeing seeing them a lot on the marketplace was like QVC and HSN. And they've only gotten more and more popular. But I had one, I want to say back in 2017 or 2018 is when I had one. And it, by comparison to today's air fryer, piece of shit. It had a mesh basket and crumbs would just get so stuck in it because it was like a fine mesh to let the air go through, but it was like a bitch to clean. It was terrible. It worked fantastically. Here's the thing. It really did work super well. It was a Philips brand, I think. But oh my God, that original concept was terrible in terms of cleaning it. It wasn't dishwasher safe or anything. My new air fryer that I have now, the Ninja, fucking incredible. Incredible. Yeah. The design is easy to clean. It is dishwasher safe. I usually just wash it by hand, but it's 10 times better than the original one that I had.
Yeah. Nice, dude. Yeah. Shout out the air fryer. Listeners, if you're on the fence about it, get one. Highly recommend.
It's worth it because I was an air fryer believer back in the day. However, moving here, I was kind of trying to minimize things I had just because it's like I got really into baking and I had a bunch of baking accessories. I still am into baking. So I really do try when it comes to kitchen stuff to scrutinize, do I need this or is it just taking up space? I resisted for a while getting a new air fryer, but it kind of just highlighted for me of there are times when I either want to make something different for myself than what Colin's having, but we got one oven. And these two things cook at different temps. How do I do this? Or when we're having the same dinner, but things are cooking at different temps, it's awesome. Like if I had something else in the oven at a lower temp, and it's like, I can't bake a potato at that temp, it'd take 3 hours. I put it in the air fryer. Or if I want to make like French fries alongside something that's cooking at a lower temp, it's just great. Little second mini oven. Great idea.
It's just great. Yeah. Shout out air fryer. Also, shout out to all the patrons who support us at patreon.com/laststandmedia. If you're a patron, you can get early ad-free access to all of our shows, and we could not do any of our shows on this network without you guys. So thank you for supporting us over there. Also, if you want to support us even further, you can go to laststandmedia.store and get some merch sent to you by Micah right here. She will send it to your home. So please consider going over there. Before I do this, Micah, the listeners, we've had this conversation. Jollibee and Popeyes. Yes. Okay. Last week I said I would do one. Bradley. No, I didn't.
You originally did let them down. They were upset.
No. I won't let you. They were very upset. I won't let you gaslight this situation. I won't let you lie.
Gaslighting. No, we got comments saying that, like, Brad said he was going to go to Jollibee and he didn't go.
I said Jollibee or Popeyes before the next episode, and I went to Popeyes. So I did my part of the deal. Jollibee is still on the menu. I haven't sworn off Jollibee or anything like that. I don't know why people think I'm like anti-Jollibee.
You are.
No. I'm anti-pasta at Jollibee. I know that's the only part you care about.
Anti-pasty? You mean that thing with the meats and the cheeses and the olives?
Yeah, whatever that thing is. But I probably should go very soon, probably before next episode, because that 14 collab will probably be over sooner than I imagine.
He's waiting until it's over, everybody.
Well, that's what happened at Popeyes. I went, they still had the one-piece box, and they offered the meal, but they're like, we don't have the chopper cake. And I'm like, well, the one thing I wanted, the chopper cake is what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great. So what am I even doing here? But I still got the bento box thing or whatever. I sent it to Micah. There is evidence of this picture. You know, I could show it on camera.
There is. You did indeed go and get the box. So congratulations.
I tried, man. I tried to do it. They let me down by not having it. Micah was not thrilled with just that I got the box as well. I'll show it to the viewers right there. You can see Luffy.
Well, I wanted to know how the cake was for my own selfish reasons.
I know. That's what I wanted to get as well. I sent Micah a annoyed Stanley gif from The Office. Her favorite. So Jollibee will happen at some point. I gotta try, because I know people like that place anyways. Spaghetti though, or whatever. I don't know.
You don't have to get the spaghetti. I mean, it would be fun. It would be fun, but you don't have to get the spaghetti.
What are you talking like Bill Cosby for right now? You don't have to get the spaghetti. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Oh my God. I really had to rein in the Bill Cosby impressions. People don't know. Prior to the allegations,
right?
My entire life, I was a Bill Cosby super fan. Kids say the darndest things. The Cosby Show. Okay, like I absolutely adored this man, his comedy specials, his books. Okay, you don't understand how hard it is that like I can't just willy-nilly do Cosby impressions. I do them all the time at home where there's no one to be bothered.
Right.
But it's just like, you people have no idea all the Cosbyisms. I just have to hold in now because he's a terrible, horrible person. And like, don't take this the wrong way. He's awful. But God, he just had so many funny things. The Pokemon and the Pokey and the man. That's a Simpsons thing. That's not really him, but you get it.
Yeah, was that Simpsons or Family Guy? I can't remember now.
I thought it was Simpsons. Pokemon with the Pokey and the man and the thing where the guy comes out of the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see it on both. Yeah, that's very possible.
Ghost Dad? You ever seen Ghost Dad?
No, Ghost Dad.
It's a terrible movie.
Ghost Dad. Let me see this Ghost Dad movie. Shit.
I think he gets like hit by a car or something, and then he still parents his children from the afterlife.
Nice.
It's really stupid. But Bill Cosby. I also lived near him. You know, he was a local.
I didn't know that.
He was a local to our area, so my aunt worked for him for a time. It's like people like she's fine, nothing happened.
Nice, good.
He was known to hire Jehovah's Witnesses to be his housekeepers. They had this huge house in Shelburne Falls, Mass, and he frequently would hire Jehovah's Witnesses because they were trustworthy. He knew they wouldn't steal from him.
Yeah.
So a couple women I know from church, well, used to know, had worked for him over the years. So, and I met his daughter one time at my job, one time at a car dealership. You would just see the Cosbys periodically out and about. It was earth shattering for this to happen.
Crazy. Yeah,
because the dude was local. It was just it was nuts. And also all the impressions. There was a really funny Bill Cosby soundboard I used to always use. I don't know. It's all gone now.
Yeah. Has anyone replaced Bill Cosby for you? Who's filled the void in that sense?
I don't think so. Damn. I don't think so. In terms of just all the impressions I used to just constantly do of Bill Cosby, with my Fat Albert impression, everything. It's all gone. It's all gone. You can't do it anymore.
Yeah, what an
Also,
asshole,
there were just some really funny Flash games online, which have all been taken down. But there was one of them where it's like Bill Cosby and the Olsen twins are trying to like escape Hollywood or something. And like Bill Cosby lures in tourists, saying he's going to take a picture, and then he smacks them with the camera. And then you got to hide the bodies in a cave. It was this whole thing. And it was really funny. I loved that game. It's all gone now.
I was looking up. I'm like, was there ever like a Game Boy Color Bill Cosby game or anything like that? I don't think so.
The Jell-O, the pudding pop commercials. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Still delicious.
Was there ever a Fat Albert video game?
Oh, the Fat Albert movie starring Kenan Thompson. I saw that in theaters. It was a good movie.
I mean, he's in Mugen, so of course that makes sense. Other than that, I don't think so. All right. Well, you fucked it up, Bill. You ruined it for Micah.
For everybody. I mean, geez, you can't watch the Cosby Show anymore. It was a good show.
Yeah, everyone liked doing Bill Cosby impressions too. So yeah, it's over now. Thanks, Bill.
Still do. One of them I still do. It's from an episode of the Cosby Show where he's making scrambled eggs, and he's like, "Dad's famous eggs." I still do that when I make eggs. I still say that one. People usually don't know what it's from, so it's fine.
Yeah. Does Colin know? Or is it just
he does now because I've said it so many times. I think at one point he was like, what the hell is it? Why? Some of the things I say he does not question, and other things he'll just be like, what the hell does that mean? And then I got to explain it. But otherwise, he frequently does not ask what I'm referencing. He just knows it's nonsense.
Just goes with it.
He knows it's going to be something stupid.
Yeah, he just goes with it. Crapton Bacard wrote and said, "Hey, Punchers, I just want to tell Micah I hate her now because I can't stop calling Saros the George Soros game or Soros game. This is like hog leg, but worse. Brad, has Micah poisoned your mind with anything lately? What should her punishment be?" I don't think Micah's poisoned my mind with anything necessarily, like where I'm saying something Micah is more. Micah's reminding me of something. I guess I will think of Micah anytime I think of Jollibee. Maybe spaghetti now, so maybe you ruined that for me as well.
There's no way I could ruin spaghetti. Spaghetti is perfect and eternal.
Yeah, but it's like, just a little stain, I guess. Just a little speck.
Oh, wow. Thinking of
being like, my spaghetti or something.
How could it be a bad thing to think of your old pal Micah when you're eating a plate of spaghetti?
Okay.
I think of you whenever I see really tall people.
Wow.
I don't say it's ruined tall people for me.
Maybe you should. Maybe it should have ruined tall people for you.
Maybe it has now. I'll be like, that guy looks like Brad, and I start shaking my fist.
Damn you, Brad. All right. Let's get into our first little news topic really quick. Switch 2. That's the wrong tab again. Switch 2 is get a Pokopia bundle right there. Makes sense to me, Micah. Pokemon. Why I keep hesitating. Pokemon. Think of the song. They've made us overthink it. Pokemon. You got to think of the show, I guess, like that.
I guess I've been singing the song wrong too, because when I sing the song to myself, I definitely still say Pokemon.
Yeah. I guess I just treat it like tomato kind of thing. It is Pokemon, but I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, it is getting a Switch 2 bundle packed in the game digitally. I wish they would make a custom Switch 2 though for these. So far, we're still just getting very basic Switch 2s, which I understand, but at least with Pokemon, you think they would have gone a little above and beyond. Maybe. I don't know. That would have got people to double dip, I'm sure.
Absolutely, because I'm thinking back to the Animal Crossing Switch with the pretty dock and everything. I'm thinking back to that really cool Mario Switch they did with the red dock with the coins on it. To not do a special one for Pokopia. And I'm of two minds because, of course, it's Pokemon. No, that's still wrong, isn't it? It doesn't fucking matter.
I guess Pokemon.
Whatever. It's Pokemon, so it's going to sell. So they can sit. You could be like, we could make it look worse and people would still buy it. We could just release an all brown Switch 2 and people would still buy it. We'll just call it the Diglett edition. And people would still buy it.
That'd be kind of sick, dude. What if they had one that was like the Diglett color, or I'm sorry, the Ditto color, like a Ditto version? With like a little Ditto face.
Purple. All they had to do. You're so right. We're talking the laziest of the lazy. All they had to do was make it Ditto color with a little smiley face on the dock. I'd have fucking bought the thing. Yeah. Okay? They'd have sold like hotcakes. They're putting so little effort into these on big names. I don't know. This, in my opinion, should be worthy of a special edition Switch. And it could be that easy. It could be as easy as make it purple, put a stupid smile on it. Done. Done. Give us a little fucking matching controller. I don't know. It's boggling my mind still that we haven't gotten truly fun Joy-Cons.
Oh, sure.
They're just like, oh, we changed the color of the little circle you barely see. Great. Great. That's just as fun as the Splatoon ones I had for the Switch 1. It's just bullshit. So cool that they're doing a bundle because great. Let people get it all bundled together in a fun box. The box looks fun.
The box is fun. Yeah.
But to not do a unique Switch 2, major letdown for me.
Yes. It's worth noting this thing I'm looking at. This is from Wario, where I'm seeing this. And it says announced in Australia/New Zealand, releasing June 5th. Let me double check something really quick and see if I can find if it's available everywhere. I want to make sure, it's like North America version as well, or Europe and something like that. Hold on, let me see. The company revealed. Oh, maybe it's just for that right now. Yeah, this is from Nintendo Australia, New Zealand. So maybe it's just for that region. Because I don't think I see anything about Nintendo of America with this.
I have not yet.
Yes, okay. So maybe it's not for every region. But if you're in those regions, it's actually pretty good bundle. Great game. Switch 2 only game as well. So not a bad game to get with your Switch 2. Like if someone's going to ask me, I'm getting a Switch 2, what games should I get? I would recommend Pokemon. Pokopia,
oh, absolutely.
Great game. Great game.
It is so much content. It's a game that I don't want to say sped through because I did want to get to the end. I wanted to see the ending. And of course, the game you can play forever. You really never have to stop terraforming and helping out your little buddies. But I did want to see the ending. You absolutely could have spent 10 times the amount of hours I did with it. If you just wanted to take it ultra slow, I simply had to move on to other things. But it's a huge game to get into. Really fun and not intimidating either with how big of a game it is. You take it at your own pace. They remind you to do that in the game. And it's just cute and adorable and a great time. So I definitely would recommend it. I think it's a great game to bundle with the Switch 2 just because it's such a great value for your money. This game is massive.
Yeah, massive game. And the box art is very nice for the Switch 2, as you said.
Yes.
But definitely need some Switch 2 special edition consoles. I mean, we're almost a year in, I guess, from this point. So, I don't know. Any games coming up, you know which one you'd want. The Yoshi console.
Yes. Oh, that'd be
Yoshi Switch
magnificent. 2. Or even just more controllers. So we got the Resident Evil controller and... Well, firstly, I'm not a Resident Evil fan, so it wasn't for me, but it was lame anyways.
Yeah, I don't remember
it was not
it
a good special
super
edition.
Cool. Let me look it up really quick.
It was like the newspaper print or whatever. It was not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I love Resident Evil, but I saw that. I was like, nah. Yeah, nah.
My thing with it is like, I would have just gone so much more bold with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Add a couple drops of blood spatter. I don't know. Give me something like a little bit of color.
Let me get one that I think's good.
Yeah, because I'll talk about some of the Xbox 360 controllers I used to have. I had this really sick like Gears of War one that was like, it was like the crimson red. I want bold. I want bright. Yeah. I don't know why Nintendo's not giving us that right now.
This one has like the subtle like black, kind of like the newspaper thing, but it has more bright colors too. It also, it's the Zelda one. It has the gold, the design, the white right here.
No, that's a lot better.
A little more involved, I suppose.
Yes. No, I totally agree. I do feel, give me a fucking Donkey Kong Bonanza controller with bananas on it.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a brown Pro controller with like yellow sticks, a banana decal. I don't know.
With fur on it as well.
Okay, well grip. Now you're mocking me, Bradley. But
no, imagine if it had like just like a little fur grip right here instead.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool. I feel like it'd get pretty grody really fast. Somebody's eating Doritos or something with it. But you want to talk about a mispronunciation? My old boss went on a cruise one time and like, they go on like your little excursions. And he said the bus driver for the excursion was always eating Doritos, but he called them Doritos.
Doritos?
And then that became a thing at the office. We always called them Doritos. And I've called them that ever since. But
that sounds like a Pokemon. Like a weird offshoot.
Dorito. I call you.
Yeah. Yeah, Dorito. Yeah, I could totally see that.
He's a half-open bag of chips.
I mean, at this point,
he throws them.
At this point, that could totally be a Pokemon. 100%.
They literally have bags of garbage. And to be fair, Trubbish really grew on me. I ended up really liking Trubbish, okay? He was very cute. But the other one that looks like a larger sack of garbage, I didn't like that one.
Yeah, Garbodor, his evolution. Okay.
But yeah, I want better controllers in terms of like fun and whimsy. Where's the whimsy?
Yeah.
Where's the fun?
I feel like Splatoon is a good candidate for that.
It should be. I got this is for Xbox, my Titanfall controller.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's still an all-time favorite controller.
The Starfield one's nice too for that. I have that somewhere.
It's dusty as hell too. I have not used it in a very long time. I think there's something wrong with this one. That's why I stopped using it. I don't remember. But I want more fun controllers. I'll buy them. Take my money. Please, Nintendo.
Take our money. Yeah, well, Splatoon Raiders comes out the end of July 23rd. So maybe we'll get something for that. I'm not sure. That'd be sick though.
I'd bet my left tit that all they're gonna do is another Joy-Con with the stupid colorful circles changed. I would bet on it that they're gonna be like new Joy-Cons. It's gonna be like this time it's orange and whatever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be mad too.
Come on, Nintendo, get a little more crazy with it. I think it's cool to have very like subtle things as well, but you got to have the extras. You got to get a little extra as well. You got to have both.
Yeah, because too. So Colin and I were talking about the PlayStation 5 controllers, and how it seems like there's fewer colorways than back in like the PS4 era, and just acknowledging that yes, the controllers are more expensive. So do they feel like people just aren't willing to collect as many?
Yeah.
However, just make fewer of them. But I will buy it.
Yeah.
I will buy the damn thing. There definitely are still people out there. I'm not looking to buy 10 Pro controllers for no reason, but if you do a cool one, I'm pretty likely to pick it up if it's for a game or property I enjoy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're avoiding it because the controllers are so expensive now, but don't let that deter you, Nintendo. Just make fewer of them and I'll fucking buy one.
Sure.
I'll still get it.
There you go, Nintendo. Free advice. I'm sure they've never thought of any of that. All right, let's move on to our next thing really quick. GameStop has put in an offer to acquire eBay. Now, I'm going to read this from CNBC. GameStop stock sinks after surprise eBay takeover bid. Cohen's combative CNBC interview. So there's a whole video interview like that, but I'm just going to read some of the stuff. Video game retailer GameStop announced Sunday has made an unsolicited, non-binding offer to acquire eBay for $125 per share in a cash and stock deal, valuing the e-commerce platforms at roughly $55.5 billion. The offer, split evenly between cash and GameStop common stock, represents a 20% premium to eBay's Friday close of $104.07 and a 46% premium to its closing price on February 4th. When the gaming retail giant started building a stake in the company, GameStop said in its statement, shares of eBay climbed about 5% on Monday to around $109, well below GameStop's $125 offer, suggesting investors are skeptical the deal will close. GameStop's current market value is just below $12 billion, while eBay's is $46 billion. There's a quote. Let me find it. Okay, so GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen told CNBC on Monday that he hasn't started any conversations with eBay's management. Quote, "We are just starting," Cohen said on CBC's Squawk Box. Whoa, what a show. "For obvious reasons. eBay is a public company. There's still kinds of perverse financial incentives from the board to the management team. So there's only one way to approach something like this. So basically, here's his final quote. I'll just read this. "We are offering half cash, half stock, and we'll have the ability to issue stock in order to get the deal done. But the full details of the offer on our website," Cohen said. "We will see what happens." Okay, Micah. We've seen GameStop kind of going for more of the retro market nowadays because, as we know,
Yes.
modern video games are going more and more digital as things go. Hardware, of course, you can still buy, but a lot of people are buying digitally. But retro is a very big market. There's tons of retro stores. The retro scene is very much alive and very profitable. So they're like, you know what? Where do people sell a lot of retro things? Let's just try to acquire eBay, the big boy, I guess. Pretty unusual. Well, I don't know if it's unusual, but it's very surprising to me when I saw this. I was like, whoa, that's a big boy play. What do you think, Micah?
I agree. It just seems crazy that GameStop, of all places, which is, as you said, some of their struggles are simply because the times they are a changing, but also GameStop itself has seemingly tried numerous things that didn't really work. We've all been to GameStop in the era of like, it's half collectible store. And I feel like they're kind of slowly backing some of that off with like, okay, well, there's fewer collectibles now. It's more retro games. And they're kind of leaning into that more and more. But for me, the thing is that eBay is no longer synonymous with selling anything you own. I only say that because, so years ago, eBay was the place like sell your sneakers, whatever, like, and now there are so many other marketplaces like Poshmark and Mercari that are specific to like clothes, shoes, handbags, very feminine skewed as well. But eBay in that regard is like no longer just synonymous with like, you got something to sell. You put it, and so for electronics, it still often is. And obviously that's what GameStop's interested in.
Right.
But it is interesting to me too, because eBay in my circle of friends is not as popular as it used to be. And when I talk to my sister about, you know, we both enjoy buying, you know, a designer handbag, but at a discount. So it's like, I'm okay buying a used good condition bag. But eBay is no longer the place that she's looking at that stuff. She's looking at Poshmark and Mercari. So this is curious to me because I'm not saying that eBay is on the downturn, but I am saying that it has shifted a bit in my friend circle of what people consider like it's no longer the first place people go for a lot of things.
I wonder if it's still like the first place to go for, I don't know, I guess anything like pop culture or like nerdy, for lack of a better term, or something like that, you know, video game paraphernalia, movies.
Exactly. And I was just thinking about this the other day, how it is so much easier. There's so much more pop culture merch now than there was when we were kids. You used to say, boy, I wish they made a Steve from Blue's Clues doll. That'd be kind of cool. And it's like, well, it exists now. Yeah. It didn't exist then. But it was almost weird that like branded things outside of Disney weren't easy to get. or easy to find. So it's like if you want vintage stuff, yes, eBay I think is still the place to go. And random electronics, okay? I need to replace the battery on my old Asus laptop, and eBay is the place for all the laptop batteries in the world.
Okay.
Like it's just like it's just like now I got to be careful. I don't want to buy one that's going to explode. All right, I'm still going to be careful. But
yeah.
When I Google it, it's like it's all eBay listings coming up when I Google the specific laptop model and trying to find a battery for it. So this is just GameStop. I don't know. Maddie, Mr. Maddie Plays,
right,
our good friend, had a really funny tweet that just said, as someone who runs a monthly series around unboxing GameStop games, I feel qualified to say, hell no. GameStop barely provides adequate used games.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's crazy. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know enough about eBay. I'm not like in the scene really. I don't really use eBay, so I just don't really know. But yeah, it is interesting.
I'm a buy it now bitch also. I'm not an auction bitch. If it doesn't have a buy it now, I'm not buying it. I'm not trying to compete with people. And that's so I used to buy a lot of stuff on eBay, and I hated the auctions because I'd always get like sniped right at the end. Like, you know, it's like, God damn it, you know, you think you're getting a really good deal and some guy comes in with an offer $20 higher than yours. It's like, you could have just done that from the start because I wasn't going to bid that high, you know, and your hopes are dashed. I hated that feeling. So then I switched to only doing buy it nows. And I'm only looking for stuff if you'll let me buy it. I also get really upset when people make an offer and they don't actually want an offer. That upsets me greatly. But I mean, I just bought my copy of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for on eBay. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. I need to go into a GameStop and see what it's like nowadays. I haven't been in a GameStop in years. I don't know where one is anymore. Yeah, I don't know where there is one anymore by me. I'm not sure. So
yeah, we still have several around here, and so I have watched the evolution over. I was a GameStop power user back in the day. Okay, it's where I pre-ordered all my games prior to Amazon Prime and their deal with games that we all remember. I got all my games at GameStop and all my hardware at GameStop, and I was a pro member, and I got the magazine and all that, right? And then Amazon did their thing where they got a discount on games. Then they took that away, but then you still just got release day delivery. So you're like, well, I'll just keep shopping here. And I watched over the years as GameStop skewed more because I think they bought ThinkGeek at some point, which was like a collectibles thing. And they had more and more collectibles, and they kind of partnered with them for like the GameStop Power Up rewards that you could redeem. That's where I got some of my Claptrap figures and stuff like that. And then they started doing all the pop figures. I mean, just like an insane amount of pop figures when you go into the store. And they have some really cool stuff. Like they have some really cute like Kirby collectibles every time I go in that I have to resist. But I've watched it kind of shift back a little bit from this is a collectible store with some games to now it is kind of looking more, at least at my local GameStop, it's looking more like a game store with some collectibles. And they are trying to fill in more of that space with like some of the retro stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when I went there years ago and I was like, man, they really need retro games because that's what I'm interested in looking for right now, like at a physical game store. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea they're doing it. But for me now, it's just like I'll go to like there's local retro game stores I'll probably just go to over that. And just by me, there is no GameStop that I know of that's like close to me. Mine is gone now. So I don't know. But yeah, during the PS3 360 era, that was definitely like the place I went to buy all my game stuff. But I mean, I'm sure everyone here is listening, or we've said this many times, is just fucking annoying dealing with them there. Every time I'd go there, man, it's just annoying. Trying to like get you to pre-order everything, not selling you anything unless you pre-ordered it.
Add the scratch protection.
Man. Yeah, just
like they would do because the best thing was when they would do the used games, like 5 games for $20. You know, it's like here's the bin, and you can get like 5 360 games for $20. But then you get to the counter, like, do you want to add scratch protection? No, thank you. And they ask you like for each one. It's like, no, thanks, I'm good. Do you want to pre-order anything today? And it's like, guy, I brought like the $20. I'm broke. All right. I'm here for the sale. I know it's their job, but it's true that it did get annoying. The commercials playing in the store, the GameStop commercials that they had.
Yes, I remember that. And they had a whole big thing about selling open games as new and stuff like that. It's just like, come on, guys.
Yes.
What are we doing?
I mean, so that the whole debacle that happened when I pre-ordered Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in store and they didn't get my copy, but when the copy they handed me originally, which was not the deluxe edition that I ordered, was an open one. And it's like, it's literally the day the game comes out. It's release day and you're handing me an open one. Also, it wasn't the deluxe edition I ordered. Where is it? And they're like, we didn't get it. So that was a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that's enough for just like, all right, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this kind of thing. It's like there's too many options.
They're not reliable for a couple reasons. And also, like Maddie said, when it comes to used games, the quality of what they accept for trades is all over the place. Depending on what game you're looking for, they can still be the best place to get it. For some DS games, they still are like the cheapest place to get them. But I've gotten DS games that literally had chocolate on them. Like I've gotten DS games that I had to like thoroughly clean before playing, and they work fine afterwards. But it's like, why didn't you clean it? Why didn't you clean the thing? You know, you sold it to me for $30. Getting games with no case at all, not even a dummy case, right? They're still, though, sometimes the best place to get some of these games at a reasonable price. So that's what keeps me coming back primarily is my DS and 3DS collecting. But they've definitely lost me over the years in terms of like actually pre-ordering all my games there. Because if you recall last year, I was like, I think I'm going to start going to GameStop more.
I do remember this, yeah.
That romanticism died so quickly when I just had to keep dealing with these people. And it's like, all right, well, I pre-ordered it and you didn't get it, so.
Yeah, because the whole thing was Best Buy is far from you, right? It's a little too far.
Right, we don't have a Best Buy close by. Okay. So it's either GameStop or just Target. Order it online.
Oh, okay. Well, no Target?
We have Target. Their electronics section, it is a bitch to get somebody in that electronics section.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to actually get an employee over there for anything. And so I just never want to fuss with it. So these days I really do just order either online from Target or Amazon or Walmart recently because they had the cheap Switch 2 games. Did we have that on the rundown that they had like Splatoon and
you know what? Let me look
Yoshi
for
$10 off?
I totally forgot about that. Let me look for that.
Amazon has now matched that. So, because Walmart had that for like a full week, and now Amazon is matching that price, interestingly enough. I already ordered both of them from Walmart as soon as they were available, but it's just, that was a whole thing. So it's like, not going to GameStop for those.
Do you remember what games it was?
It was, I believe, the new Yoshi game. And let me check my messages. And the new Splatoon Raiders.
Oh, okay. Because I'm looking on their website and not all their games are listed. See price and cart for some of them.
That's what it is. So
right, let me look at the cart.
Those games, those two games, you have to add it to your cart to see the discount because they're selling it below what Nintendo wants.
So I just checked Metroid Prime 4, for example, and it's usually $70, but here it is $61.99 at checkout. So there you go.
Yeah. Because, so I got Splatoon Raiders, and it was $49.94 was my subtotal before tax. Wow. So it's like, sweet, and same with, for Yoshi, that ended up being with tax. So that was $59.88. So
okay,
I'll take it. Yeah. Because I was floundering. I was tempted by the digital price, but not anymore.
Yeah, you found a little workaround, dude. For now, clock's ticking, but it is good. Yeah, I just checked Pokemon ZA, and it was 65 or 64 something, so a little cheaper for the Switch 2 version. Because I think that's $70 for the Switch 2 version. I could be wrong though, but that's great news. And you said Amazon matched that price as well for some of those games. So if you are a physical gamer, good time to strike. Especially a lot of those games because they're not key cards for first party. So you can get the whole game on the cart.
Exactly. It's already not a key card, which is a selling point. And because Amazon, they're not showing the price until they're going to make me sign in. But yeah, they're also not displaying the price, I believe, because it's low.
Let me look at... I just was curious. I checked out Tears of the Kingdom for Switch 2, and it's still $80 even at checkout. So only a select few games, it's seemingly. Not that, though.
Okay. Yeah, they have matched it for Yoshi for sure. It's now $59.88 on Amazon.
Hell yeah.
So definitely, if you, like me, were on the fence about getting those games physical, get them from Amazon or Walmart. Who knows? Maybe Best Buy will throw its big back in the ring and say, oh, hell, we'll discount it too. But for now, you can get them cheaper there.
Okay, dude. Great thing to bring up. Totally forgot about that. Good tip right there. Love it. Neo JD wrote and said, how crazy is it that GameStop is trying to buy eBay? They can't even get their own shit together. Discuss. Yeah, we talked about a bunch of that stuff, which is very funny. We'll see. I don't know if this deal will go through, but interesting times ahead nonetheless. What are they? Yeah, I mean, just based off your experience with them recently and Maddie's, it's kind of like, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Because I've had some good luck too, and then I've just had some terrible luck. So I ordered Tales of the Abyss 3DS from GameStop, and the cartridge was in great condition, but didn't come with a case at all. And then literally like a month later, I was at my local GameStop, and they happened to have someone trade one in, and it was pristine with the case and everything. And I was just like, it's just completely dependent on what people trade in and the condition of it. But god damn it.
Yeah.
You couldn't even just give me a fucking empty case. Like, just throw it in. I gotta buy cases on eBay. I went to eBay for those actually. So this is a synergistic relationship for them potentially. Because I went on eBay to buy some dummy 3DS cases for all the games I was buying loose from GameStop.
Yeah. Gotta have those cases. I can't, man, I don't really like buying loose games nowadays. Like,
I don't either, but it's sometimes just the most economical.
Yeah, of course. Like I think for like 64 or like Super Nintendo NES or like Game Boy Advance and Game Boy, those cartridges, I'm more okay with that. But like I think with DS, they started getting really small, the games, you know?
Yes.
I'm going to lose these because I know I will. So I can't do it. I have to have the cases for those. But God bless all of you out there with loose cartridges.
We're trying. I just got them all in this bag over here. So.
Yeah. Hey, that's what, dude, reminds me of being a kid. That's what you did. I wish I kept my boxes from when I was a kid. I wish I had the foresight.
And honestly, though, it's not just us, though. It's like our parents didn't want all this clutter either. Your mom is thrilled that out of that box comes this little cartridge and she could throw the box away. Because Colin was asking me one time why so many 3DS games, don't have cases. And I showed him those, like the cartridge holders. And I'm like, because of these. Because your mom goes to Target and buys this 40 cartridge holder and puts all your games in it and says, see, now you can get rid of these cases taking up all this space.
Yeah.
And it's like, good. Mom! Good for mom. Mom's thrilled. And you got your little catalog of games and you're okay with it. And then when you're 40 and you're a collector and you're like, the horror.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Man. All those Super Nintendo boxes and 64 boxes, NES boxes I threw away. Damn. Pisses me off. I was a fool.
And really, this plagues cartridges the most because, of course, any disc-based games you need to protect from scratching. So some people would get the CD binders, if you recall.
Yeah,
I do remember having friends who kept all their Xbox games in like a CD folio.
Yeah.
But good God, I mean, that's just sad. That's just sad. How could you do that to a 360 game?
Yeah. How can you do it? We didn't know, man. We didn't know. All right. This is a funny little update that I saw, and this will interest me. I don't think Mike is going to care at all, though. But this is about the Star Fox puppets that were shown way back when the original Star Fox came out. Like, you can see what they looked like there. Very charming. Yeah. Look at Slippy, man. He looks fucked up.
I'm looking at him.
He looks fucked up. I mean, they all look fucked up, but in a really funny 90s way. But I'm going to read this from Nintendo Everything. Nintendo's original Star Fox puppets confirmed to have been destroyed. Back when Nintendo was releasing the very first Star Fox, the company used a few puppets that are now very well known. The thing is, it was unclear what became of the set until today. Time Extension did some digging to gain clarity about the situation after reaching out to Star Fox programmer Dylan Cuthbert and artist Takayama Imamura, but not having a clear-cut answer. The outlet was able to get in touch with the Japanese FX company Shirogumi, and learned that Star Fox puppets were actually destroyed. Ooh. Time Extension received the following response. Quote, "The Fox puppets created at our company were made by gluing fur and feathers to natural rubber, so that they deteriorate simply by being exposed to air. Because of that, we had to destroy them after production was finished," end quote. Man, that's one of those things that at the time no one gave a shit about, and they're like, well, just throw them away. Who cares? But it's like
Exactly.
people now are like, man, I wish we had that kind of stuff. Like,
Put
I
those
totally
in the
understand
Nintendo
them.
Museum.
Yeah, I totally understand back in the day, people just like, yeah, who gives a shit? Just throw it away. It's no big deal. But like, yeah, now, especially with the Nintendo Museum and all that kind of stuff, man, it'd be so cool to have those still. I would love that. But the puppets have sadly been destroyed. Michael,
I'm kind of happy about it.
come on. Which one's your favorite puppet? Which one's your favorite?
If I had to pick one of these, I'm going with the frog.
Slippy?
If I had to pick, yeah. It's kind of, I don't even want to say it's kind of cute.
He's got a little
It's
hat,
weird.
though. He's got a hat.
He does have a hat with his name on it. So if I had to take one of these, if you're like, you gotta put one of these in your house, I'll take Slippy Toad. Sure.
Yeah. Man, I don't know who I'd pick. Peppy's pretty tight. The rabbit. Falco, of course, the Vegeta. And Fox McCloud. I don't know. They're all pretty good.
I don't know. Brad, I think I'm okay and justified to say I'm glad these puppets are dead.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, they're kind of unsettling. I get it. But it's like, we don't get funny shit like that. I mean, we still do, but I love when we get goofy stuff like this.
I agree with that. Because even with like the Yoshi's mysterious book marketing, give me some silly Yoshi stuff. Give me some, I don't know, give me some more whimsy. And they're just like, here's a trailer.
Yeah.
And all right. I'm excited, of course, for the game, but if Reggie was still here, all right, we'd have gotten more.
Let me read the rest of this because props to Nintendo for a little bit. Puppets were created for Fox McCloud, Falco Lombardi, Peppy Hare, and Slippy Toad. Aside from the box art, they were used for print ads, in-store promos, and the strategy guide. After that, they disappeared, so may not have only be over surprising that the dolls bit the dust. Overly surprising. Nintendo actually revisited the puppet concept for Star Fox Zero on the Wii U. I vaguely remember this. I'm going to have to look these up. For Fox, Falco, and Peppy were part of the game's original reveal. You may remember the famous segment from the company's presentation in which the late Nintendo president, Satoru Iwata, Shigeru Miyamoto, and the former Nintendo of America president, Reggie Fils-Aimé, turned into puppets. I do remember that.
Yes.
Star Fox has been dormant for around 90 years. Yeah, let's switch to rumors. Okay. I'm going to look these up really quick because I forgot about this. Star Fox puppets, Wii U. Let me see. Oh, yeah. This is good shit.
It was not good shit. All right.
What do you mean,
just
dude?
I don't know, Brad. I didn't love it. I liked Reggie and the gang as puppets. That was fun. I'm not much of a puppets person either. We gotta get that out of the way.
Dude, man, seeing Peppy with like a Dragon Ball Scouter on as a puppet is pretty sick. You kidding me here,
I'll
Micah?
let you have this, but I really can't show much enthusiasm for it.
You must observe. Go here. Go to 148.
Brad, I don't know. I'm seeing the puppets, Brad. I'm just really not impressed. I'm just not impressed.
You must be impressed. You must. Okay. Well, shout out to Nintendo for doing that again. Those puppets look pretty good too. So good job. But that was Wii U. Alas. They were getting a little crazy with the Wii U because it was desperate times.
They were really like, remember this?
Yeah,
and
remember
then it's like the worst fucking memory you've ever had.
Come on, dude. All right. Well, rest in peace, the original puppets from Star Fox. I wonder if those puppets are still around.
The Wii U puppets.
That's what Gene should ask Reggie
they
when he saw him.
sacrificed those to the great Lord to try and revive the company. And that's how they made the turnaround with the Switch 2. With
the sacrifices, damn.
Yeah.
Well. Hello. We're back. Something has happened that we needed to do a pickup for. So, yesterday we recorded Punching Up, and we were talking about no Star Fox. It's missing. Have we been scammed? All of this kind of thing. Should we panic? Is there fear mongering that needs to happen? Well, today, on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Nintendo just decided to flop their dick on the table and be like, we're doing a Star Fox Direct right now, out of nowhere. I was shocked, Micah. Were you shocked when you saw this?
Dude, flopped it on the table, dude. I think they put it right in your mouth. Like, this was just like, what the hell? It was just like, are you kidding me? Like, just out of nowhere, the shadow drop, legendary.
Yeah. Insane moment right now. So we just watched it. We watched the Direct. I got some notes here, so we got to talk about it because the whole episode, like I said, was framed around Star Fox being delayed, but now Star Fox is officially revealed, and that means other things as well, Micah. Of course, we reported on this rumor a while ago from primarily Nate the Hate, who was the first one I saw talk about it. He said Star Fox was coming. Also, one more game. Ocarina of Time remake. So the stocks just shot way the hell up on that game as well. We talk about that a little bit more for later. But let's talk about Star Fox. Okay. First of all, this is a remake of Star Fox 64, which I think is kind of like a soft remake of 1 already. And I'm not sure about 0. I haven't played 0, so I don't know. Anyways, they're remaking the game. This is just called Star Fox also. Brand new title, complete reboot, all that stuff. New visuals, much more realistic looking, almost like the puppets we talked about yesterday, Micah, that you hated.
Yes.
All right, talk to me. The visuals, Micah, what did you think?
Here's the thing. The whole time, I thought it looked fine. I was actually very surprised to see the chat saying how bad Fox looked. But here's the thing. I never thought he looked good. So I think he looks perfectly fine. I think the little Toad Boy looks fine. Everybody looks fine to me. They didn't jump out at me as, oh my God, they look terrible.
Sure.
But I never really thought they looked fantastic in the first place. But I think they look fine. I'm gonna try this, Brad.
Oh.
I'm gonna play a Star Fox. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. I linked you the trailer, Mike, if you want to look at it all during this.
Yes. I tuned in as soon as we got word that it was happening.
Yes, I saw the characters, and for I think about 15 seconds, I was like, I don't know if I like this. I don't hate it, but I don't know if I like it. Maybe it's longer than 15 seconds, maybe a couple minutes. I was just thinking about it in the back of my mind. Then it just grew on me more and more and more, especially when I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, this is how like OG Star Fox was. This is how they look. The puppets. That's what they were going for.
I mean, what's really funny to me, and because clearly I'm just not a Star Fox fan, I don't know how this looks different than the other ones.
Oh, man.
I look at it and it's like, I looked at this, I'm like, yeah, that's Star Fox. If you showed this to me and was like, is there anything wrong with this? I'm like, that's them. That's them, officer.
It's definitely the most, I guess, hyper realistic they've looked in a long time. Like in the games, of course, because they're hardware, they're more cartoony, I would say, but this is like a more realistic look for them. Like, have you seen them in Smash Brothers or anything like that?
I must have, right? I've played Smash Brothers,
yeah,
let me just Google, but I've seen them.
Even think of Star Fox in the Mario Galaxy movie.
So he's more smooth in that. Yeah, it's kind of smooth versus fuzzy. And they kind of, it seems like they kind of toned it down a little bit with like his pointy, furry cheeks.
Mm-hmm. But Falco looking like a sick bird. Of course, the blue bird boy. All right, Micah, well, you got to tell me, who's your favorite looking one out of all of them?
I like the Frogman the best. I mean, if you're gonna make me pick one, I'm gonna go with Frogurt because it's the least, I don't know, furry of them.
Okay, that's fair. He's like very slippery.
I mean, when they were going over the whole thing of like you could use them as avatars for game chat, I'm like, this will not end well.
We're gonna get into all that. Don't worry.
This will not end well.
I should have said this earlier, but this is launching June 25th for Switch 2 only. Another exclusive for there. Yes, very soon. A little over a month away. Crazy that's happening. I wonder if this is a $70 game or $60 game. I wonder what they're going to do on that.
Somebody already posted, I think, the price, but I don't know if this was legit. I don't. Okay. In the Discord. Okay, the rumor is $30 digital, $40 physical. That is the rumor.
That's way cheaper than I thought.
Don't quote me on this yet because we don't know for sure, but that's the rumor.
Okay, that'd be crazy because Star Fox is a relatively short game. You replay it a few times and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know about $70 for that kind of game. But if this game's 40 or 30, dude, that's hell yeah. Easy.
I'm going to be down to clown, especially will Walmart come in clutch again with the physical price drop?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait. I'll check before we wrap up on all this, see if we can get a price or anything like that official. But for now, we'll go with that. It supports mouse controls. So if you got a little friend you want to play with, one can fly as well and one can shoot. You got the co-op there as well. But if you want to play the mouse controllers, it is supported as well. This is interesting to me. New cutscenes were added. They showed these off. A lot of the Star Fox team talking to the general. What is his name? General Pepper? I can't remember what his name is. But the general, all these cutscenes going on there. Falco being a Vegeta the entire time against Fox, his rival. Good shit. Love seeing that. Also, they're adding a prologue cutscene. I don't know if you're going to be able to play this mission as well, but they ended the direct with this, and it's a prologue of Fox's dad. Why can't I think of his name? James McCloud.
Yeah. Can I just say, like, we got Fox is named Fox, and then the dad's like, his name's fucking James.
Yeah, James. I mean, what are you going to name the dad if his name's already Fox?
I don't know, but I'm not the one who came up with this. It doesn't make it not silly to be true. Like, and his mother's name was Martha. And they're like, Martha! That was his mother's name.
They all got names that kind of like fit the animal or whatever.
Yeah.
But his name's just James. I don't know, dude.
That's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so Slippy's dad is fucking Clarence.
Dude, I think Slippy actually has a dad. I'm going to look this up.
I don't know. I'm backing out. I'm not buying this after all.
Because it was for like dude. Beltino Toad.
That's better. That's not just fucking James. You know what? It's because it's just James. They could have named him anything.
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't know, man. Name him something that's like a shade of red or some shit, you know? Crimson Fox. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think it's just
right games.
James McCloud's been in the games since in 64 as far as I remember, so I don't know. It's too late to go back.
Beltino Toad.
There he is, dude. There's Beltino.
All right, I'm back on board.
Okay. So we got that new cutscene, very dramatic with Peppy and everything like that. They get betrayed, of course. There's online multiplayer, which is very nice to see. I actually played a lot of Star Fox multiplayer back in the day. There are private lobbies, 4v4, 3 stages, each with their own rule set. Corneria take out the opponent and seize control of the zone around satellite towers. Ficina, I guess that's how you say it, collect energy crystals while dodging meteorites. And second, what was it? Something Sanctuary Y or something? What was it? I forgot what it was. Retrieve cargo and take your base. So little objectives right there. That's new from, I don't remember that in the original. All right, here we go. Character avatars that let you change your face in-game chat. And I put Nintendo is now a VTuber company. It has begun. So if you play Nintendo chat with your friends, first of all, I'm sorry, because it looks like shit. But now you can be a goofy animal, I guess. So maybe that's bonus points.
That's the thing. Instead of looking at the terrible camera quality, now you guys can have Star Fox avatars. It's honestly an upgrade from the potato cam that they offer you.
Yeah. It's a bonus. It's a very Nintendo edition. I'm okay with it. I want to see people. I bet Gene will mess with it or something probably because he has that camera. So there you go. Challenge mode, where you can replay stages with new challenges. I just wrote down an example that they had was defeat 10 or more enemies with a single bomb, normal and expert difficulty. Oh yeah, that's for the campaign as well. There is easy, normal, and hard. I believe easy, normal, expert. I believe expert's new to this version. And this game supports the N64 controller. And I saw that and I went, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So we had about a 15-minute direct or so of footage. Koizumi was up there. Miyamoto introduced everything like that. Very good. Overall, I'm pretty happy. Feeling pretty good. At first, I was like, man, another remake of Star Fox again. But then I was like, well, if you're going to reboot it, I guess that's the game to do because it is, in my opinion, the best Star Fox game. So I understand it. And hopefully the next Star Fox will not be a remake again. But Micah, as not a Star Fox enjoyer, in fact, I would say hater of puppets.
No.
A hater. You're on board? You're in?
Yeah, I'll play it. I've never played one before. Will I enjoy this? I don't know. I don't typically enjoy flying in games. I usually hate that part. It's always inverted controls and horrible. So, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play the Star Fox.
You're going to play? Okay. Did Colin happen to see this?
No, I don't think so because he is currently writing his own show for tomorrow.
Oh, right. For Sacred. I am curious.
So he's been holed away in his office. I have not talked to him. I literally came upstairs. I said, we got to record a pickup real quick. And then I just went into my own office.
Yeah, you didn't tell him what it was for?
I might have said for Star Fox and he didn't even question it. So
okay. Because he's an old school Nintendo guy. So I'm curious what he would think. I can ask him another time. Well, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
We got that. Star Fox is real. June 25th, very soon. So, like I said earlier, Ocarina of Time remake stocks are way up. Way up. We were at I would say like a 70% chance before. Now I feel like we're at a 95% chance of that thing coming out. So I'm feeling extra good. Don't get me wrong. I'm stoked that Star Fox is back. I'll be there day one flying that R-Wing. But man, now that Zelda's even more confirmed to me, party time. That's what I'm talking about. Micah, what did you think about, did you see the Landmaster, the little tank you can drive around in?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I'm not sure.
Neutral, no opinion.
Is that a beloved part of the game? I didn't know how big of a deal this was.
It's just in the game, most of the game is with the R-Wing, of course, but there are a few missions where you drive the Landmaster, which is the tank, and they showed it off in the game as well, the submarine. So you get a few little levels like that. The submarine seems a little more enticing to me. So,
but I'm going in with apprehension, okay? But I'm gonna keep an open mind about this. All right, so everybody, I'm gonna keep an open mind. I'm gonna ignore everything, all my preconceived notions.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna go into this with no expectations.
Okay, hold on. Let me look. I'm looking at pricing for this thing right now, and I'm looking at NintendoEverything.com.
I'm on that same page. Yes.
Okay, and they said we should have the U.S. pricing very shortly, but in Japan, the physical version is 5,480 yen digitally and 6,480 yen physically. To compare, Splatoon Raiders is 7,480 yen physically. So, yeah, a little cheaper. So they're saying game price 50 and 60. Physically, Star Fox could very well be 40 and 50. Please be $40. Please be 40. Oh, dude, if that's the official box art too, holy shit. All four of the boys standing there.
The boys.
All four? Dude, hell yeah, I'm into that. Good shit. Well, anyways, we had to do a pickup. We couldn't just let this go. It just happened, and this is rare. If this is Nintendo's going to operate now, it's gonna be even more frustrating for us to record.
We gotta be on our toes because the other, not officially, but me and the Hollow were getting a release date. I also laughed at. I laughed so hard when I saw that just because I was like, bro, it had to be after the show was already recorded.
After the show, man. We'll talk about that next week.
Had to be. No, save that for next week. But I was just like, I can't believe that. And then this came out. It's like, well, this is even bigger.
Yeah. I saw Colin saying I have a code for the game right now, but I'm going to choose not to play it. And I was like, oh, must be nice, man. Must be nice, Colin. Must be fucking nice.
I mean, here I was. I cursed that game so many times saying it wasn't going to come out at all. I was almost honestly disappointed it wasn't another delay announcement. just to fuck with you.
You can't let me be happy, dude. Micah doesn't want me to be happy.
I do want you to be happy. It's why I want you to get the Jollibee spaghetti.
No! A curse upon you and the Patriots. No. A curse upon you. All right. We had to get that little pickup in. Thank you guys for listening, I guess. I don't know where we're putting this in the episode. We'll let Dustin figure that out. So God bless you, Dustin, as well, because you're going to edit this in. I think he's out of the house right
Dustin.
now. So thanks, Dustin. All right. Back to the show, or see you next week. I don't know what's happening. Bye, guys. Okay. Micah, as always, another Pokemon crossover is happening. This time with Target.
Yahoo.
We got a lot of stuff on here. And Micah, this has already been pillaged by the scalpers already. And I feel bad for people that just want to go to Target and buy a fucking shirt or something like that. Mostly what I've seen getting jacked and the people want is the Kanto region jacket. I linked it right there. Micah, what do you think of that Kanto region jacket?
That's pretty cool. If I was big into this, I'd want that. I love windbreakers. Super nostalgic. This absolutely looks like a coat I would have owned as a kid, just minus the branding. Yeah. So I like it. I like it very much.
Yeah. I like, if you look at the bottom right, you could see the little badges if you lift the flap up. I think that's a nice touch. I like the Pokeball on the sleeve. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I don't know if I would buy this, but it's not bad, you know? Especially for Pokemon attire, I guess. So well done there. But anyways, they have a bunch of other Pokemon stuff, like other shirts and all this kind of stuff. I was looking at their website and it's like a collab with everything. Wet Brush. They're advertising Pokemon Cross Sour Patch Candy, Pirates Booty popcorn.
Just a ton of shirts as well. If you see the ad on the page, shout out Philly Beats You is in it.
Oh, is he?
He's in
he
the
was
little
on the
video.
Show. He was on our show before.
He's in the video showcasing some of the Pokemon shirts and things.
That's cool. Nice, dude. Is there anything on here, Micah, that you would consider getting? I know you're not a huge Pokemon person, but anything that stands out to you?
Well, I do like Sour Patch Kids. I haven't had Pirates Booty in forever. People were lamenting, actually, the Pokemon Pop-Tarts are just the box is different. They're like, these are just the vanilla cupcake Pop-Tarts. They're not... People were posting old photos of like back in the day when they did Pokemon Pop-Tarts and they actually had like different shaped sprinkles. And they were so lazy this time. They just put them on the box. The Caboodle is cool. I always wanted a Caboodle, but I've never owned one. I mean, in terms of like this collab, this is fucking awesome. I kind of want the Magikarp shirt. I like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
This,
the tank top?
See, a lot of this, though, is youth sizes. And I'm like, but I'm big. Well,
no, I mean, they have adult sizes.
Anyways.
They have adult hoodies and stuff.
Okay, because see, there's one of the shirts I really like is like this Pikachu kind of like stat card here, but I'm only seeing it for children. Well, it's sold out anyways.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm bigger than a child, at least by a bit. But no, they got some super cool stuff here. I could get a Pokemon Pikachu hairbrush.
Yeah.
They got Jigglypuff. If they had Ditto, I'd be all on board. The Eevee hat's kind of cute.
I was going to say, what do you think of the Eevee and the Mew hat?
I like the hat a lot. I just, you know me, when I wear a hat, I feel like people know that I don't wear hats. I want to be a hat person, though. I own multiple hats. But I feel like when I wear a hat, people know that's not a hat person. You don't wear hats.
I think it's just a self-confidence thing kind of thing. I think if you wear a hat more, then you will think you're a hat person, so will everyone else.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Oh. So I used to wear a hat a lot, actually. I had this pink baseball cap I liked. And my sister said I looked like Otto from The Simpsons, the bus driver, because of the curly hair and the hat. And I stopped wearing hats. So
damn.
There it is.
Damn.
There it is, everybody.
Siblings, man. They'll fuck you up for life.
Your siblings will cut you deeper than anyone ever else could. And then also they're like your best fucking friend in the world.
Yeah.
Because my sister and I are super close, but I've held on to that for the rest of my life, that if I put on a hat, here's the thing though, as an adult, I'm kind of like, Otto's got a vibe though, right?
Yeah.
Like, is that a bad look?
Hey, Bookman, yeah.
Why was I offended? Why was I offended being told I looked like him? Honestly, it's kind of a sick look.
Yeah.
Like, but she didn't say I looked like Slash or something. She said that specifically. So I really took that to heart.
This is kind of cool, actually. I would have loved this when I was a kid. There's like these little like play balls, like a handball or something like that.
Yes, the kickballs.
Yeah,
or they have even smaller ones because I see like the kickball size ones.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, kickballs. I guess they're probably just called kickballs in general, but they have like ones that are designed as the Master Ball, just a normal Pokemon ball. They have a Great Ball. Those are really cool, actually. So shout out there. That's good branding. But other than that, I don't think I'd get anything. The Kanto jacket, it's like $100 something. I mean, it is
$130.
But it's like, I'm not really much of a windbreaker person anyways, I guess. Nothing against it.
No, I get it because like for you're just going to be, sashaying around town, crinkling. You know, it's too much. It's too much.
Crinkling, yeah.
When it comes to a windbreaker, you got to be comfortable with people hearing you before they see you.
Yeah,
you got to be okay with that. Track pants, windbreaker. I'm fucking loud as fuck coming down the hallway at school.
Yeah, I need to get that from my dad. He could rock it and be completely normal. He can rock a dude. Dads can rock windbreakers hard.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
It's dad style, but yeah, not a bad sweatshirt. But there you go, or windbreaker specifically. I guess windbreakers are pretty 90s, and Pokemon came out in the 90s, so yeah, it makes sense.
Well, and the 90s is hot right now. I don't know how often you see young people out and about, but like the baggy jeans are back.
Yeah, I was like, kids are dressing like how I dressed when I was a young kid. So I'm like, wow, I'm really old now.
Yeah, cargo pants are back. Handkerchief style shirts are back. Okay, really? I saw Target had a collection of like what's the word? Bandanas. That's what I want. Like a bandana style bikini tops.
The print?
If you recall in the 90s when women would take like a large bandana, fold it in half to be a triangle and tie it around themselves and pretend it was a shirt. Okay.
Yes.
They have those as bikinis now.
Wow. Yeah.
And it teleported me to a place of like, oh my God. This is back. And of course, it's the paisley bandana print. But just to see that styling back, it's like Christina Aguilera's red carpet looks. And they're basically just at Target now. Yeah. Or things I used to buy at Delia's. And they're all back in style now.
Wait, where did you buy it? What is that store called? Delia's?
Oh, Delia's. Delia's was huge. They went out of business, I think. It was huge when I was in like middle school, high school. Do you remember the era when girls were wearing like plaid shorts all the time? Like plaid Bermuda shorts. It was huge when I was in high school. Everybody had different colors of plaid Bermuda shorts, and Delia's was like the place to buy them. I loved that store. That and like Forever 21, which also went out of business, I think. Those styles are coming back, but now it's just you buy it at Target instead.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, well, shout out. There you go. If you want some Pokemon merch, you can go on over to Target. They'll be happy to take your money. I still want to do... This would be hard to do. It'd have to be like a special or something like that where it's just video only, but you and me looking through like video game merch and all that kind of shit and just going through it, dude, because... multiple times this happens to me and Mike. We're just looking at like these clothing brands and merch stuff on the episode, and we're just like, "Whoa, look at this! And the poor listeners can't see it. We'll have to figure something out with that.
Yeah, we know what? We should just do it as a brief segment on one of the streams sometime.
Yeah,
let's just look at some merch together.
Over. Yeah. All right. Next thing we got right here is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Got an update that adds some story actually to it. They added an epilogue to the Rosalina's book that's in Galaxy 2. Of course, if you played Galaxy 1, you may remember that a lot of the backstory in Rosalina, but in 2, they added some more to it, and this is very surprising. This is an old game, but the Mario movie just came out with, of course, Rosalina. And I looked at this, and it's not what I thought it was going to be, necessarily. I won't ruin it for you if you don't want it spoiled or anything like that, but this is a very unusual move for Nintendo, and not something I expected at all. Micah, what do you think of this?
So all I can think of is because, and I'm going to be vague about this because I'm bad with people's names. I remember that Miyamoto was famously not happy with how much story was in Galaxy.
Yeah, it was Koizumi, I think, that did the story.
Yeah. And then in Galaxy 2, he was like slapped that guy across the face. So it was like, don't do that again.
Yeah.
And all I can think of is that fucking poor guy is like ripping his hair out right now. That it's like, we're going to add some more story into Galaxy 2. And he's like, what? You told me I wasn't allowed to put more story in it. And then you're like, well, but now it makes money.
Well, don't feel bad for Koizumi. He's still killing it at Nintendo.
I'm going to feel bad, though, on principle, you know? Like
he was right. Koizumi was right, in my opinion.
He was fucking right. This Galaxy had a really cute little story, and Miyamoto was like, we don't do that here. We don't put story in the games. And he's like, oh. So all I can think of is that poor bastard just be like, I can't believe you've done this. But
I can't believe you've done this. Miyamoto
I'm surprised.
Finally seeing the light.
No, he's not seeing the light. He's seeing the dollar signs from this fucking movie. That's what he's seeing.
Yeah, fair enough, dude. But I mean, that's a small W, so I'll take that. Patching in more Mario story is like unprecedented. So I'm all for it. I don't need Mario to have a deep story at all, but I think it's cute to have a little bit.
It's more so I'm okay. Let me be very clear that I'm 100% with you. That these cute, fun little games do not require an in-depth story.
Right.
However, it felt really bad that they like squashed some guy's idea for a really cute little story. So it's like, I'm with you. I don't think Kirby needs some grand reason to go sucking up fruits and vegetables and beating people up. Okay. I don't need a lot of motivation to go do that in a Kirby game. However, it feels real bad that this guy had an absolutely adorable and heartwarming little idea, and they were like, if you do that again, we'll kill you.
We'll kill you.
And now they're like, we're gonna shoehorn this in to tie it into the movie.
Yeah. Well, he's SEO now of the company. Or an S. Yeah. So good job. And he
helps them find things on Google.
Yeah. And he's the senior general manager of Nintendo EPD. I think he was on the movie thing too.
They said, and I quote, "You're not allowed to write stories for things anymore. Go work in the office."
Yeah. Thanks for your work, Koizumi. Appreciate it, dude.
I very much appreciated it.
All right, Micah, let's talk about what we're playing as, well, not always, but why don't you go first?
Oh, all right. Okay, so let me give an update on Tomodachi Life. So, did I say it right, Gene? Okay, I added 4 new women because it was getting kind of weird not having any women.
I remember you saying
but
this.
Here's my dilemma. I know you guys in real life. I do know your partners, but not well. And I didn't really feel comfortable putting them in there. But then conversely, I also didn't feel comfortable putting in, like, I don't know, celebrities. It felt weird.
Sure.
So here's what I did. I added Aunt Jemima, the Sun-Made Raisin Girl, the Morton Salt Lady, and the Land O'Lakes Indian. And these are the 4 bachelorettes that I've added in so far. Because I was just like, what are some food mascots or something I can add in? Maddie immediately took a liking to Sun-Made Raisin. However, she turned him down. Ooh. He was really depressed. You cheered him up. You guys went to the beach and cheered him up. I gave him a new backpack to try and cheer him up. You know, that kind of worked. And then Cog and the Morton Salt Girl have a little bit of a fling going. So we'll see if that develops. Aunt Jemima, completely in love with Lockmort. She is shouting his name at the beach. That's a thing. Like, if you go to the beach, you'll see them like confessing their love, just like shouting it at the ocean. They'll be like, Lockmort, I love you. It's so funny. So Aunt Jemima's in love with Lockmort, but he's totally aloof, does not know, does not realize she's there. Brad, you admitted that you've been brushing your teeth with cake. So of course. That happened.
Do I still have my hat?
I took the hat because I was sick of looking at it.
There you go.
And then you said you wanted to change your style, and I was like, just shut the fuck up. I just gave you a new outfit.
Sounds like
I gave you that new emo outfit, you know, the little striped shirt and the skull shirt.
High school Brad, yeah.
I thought it was a fun look. So I took away the stupid hat, though. Dustin wanted a new hat. I gave him a bucket hat. Okay. I think he looks pretty good.
Dustin wears a hat occasionally.
He does. Well, he just kept asking for one. You know, the problem with the Miis is that they ask for things and you're like, but that's not what you in real life look like. Like Cog wanted hair. and chose for himself a long hairstyle. I'm like, you don't have hair. Like, I took it back. I'm like, you can't have that.
That's funny.
Maddie keeps trying to wear a hat, and I'm like, no, stop it. So Colin and I got married.
No, it worked.
Yes,
finally.
I finally got us together. And there's a mini game when you propose that's actually pretty challenging. And I was getting nervous that I wasn't going to get that to work. So, you moved into our house. I think Dustin invited you to come live with us. So now it's you, the Sacred Boys, and me all in this mansion.
Nice.
And honestly, it's pretty sweet, okay?
Sick.
Because it's like we have movie nights, and like, I don't know, man. This isn't a bad idea. I'd say like an LSM mansion would be
something
a good
to think
idea.
about for the future if need be.
Dude, I mean, I would 1000% be like, let's just buy a big house and I'll live in it together.
Streamer house.
It's a terrible idea because we all just know this never works. But in my head, I'm thinking Step Brothers having more fun times for activities,
Bunk beds.
I think it would work. Exactly. Have more space for activities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Todd's Tomodachi life. It's going very well, and I'm having a great time with
Excellent.
it. I did pick up Langrisser 1 Remake again because I want to finish this game. I have a couple games that I have not finished, and it's bothering me. So it was this. I got to get back to Dragon Quest 7 still at some point. God, I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Can you feel it when I say it that I don't want to?
Just don't go back to it then if you're not having a good time.
But I need to finish it. So
you're
I'm
pretty
waiting.
far, right?
I was. That's the thing. I'm like, dude, I'm pretty fucking far in this game. But it's just
put it on
got
easy.
so repetitive.
Put it on easy.
I
The
did.
max battle speed. Okay, you did. Okay. Well, whatever you can do to make it easy first. You could do like
I'm auto battling.
Yeah.
No, I just want to see it through, but I'm not loving it. Well, I haven't played it in a couple weeks now, right? But I'm going to get back to that at some point. Hades 2 is another one I need to revisit, but I don't like it as much as the first one. Sure. And I honestly respect what they did with these changes. I respect the things that they added to keep it fresh, but I don't like it. I just like the first one so much better. I still want to see the second one through at least like one complete run, but I honestly just don't want to play it. But so I went back to Langrisser 1 Remake, and I'm actually on the final stage now. I was trying to beat it before the show and I died. So now I'm here. But I only had a couple more chapters. I think I had like 5 chapters left when I stopped playing it so I could play Tomodachi Life instead. And so I am really liking it still. The game definitely went up in difficulty. It started out too easy. And now these late stages have been a lot more fun. And you just have to think more. And so I'm enjoying it quite a bit, even with the challenge. So I think I might roll right into Langrisser 2 after this. I might just roll right into that. I got some other things, though, I'm interested in checking out as well. And then, because Yoshi's not out till
the end of the month,
weeks.
Right? Is it the end of the month?
Yeah, I think it's the 21st.
Yeah, I'll double check.
So I have time. I might go to Langrisser 2 and just zoop right through that. I might check out one of the Advance Wars games we talked about recently.
Yeah.
I also still have to get to Suikoden Remake. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's brutal out there. I get it.
So, but yeah, I'm trying to check some of these that I've started and not finished off the list. I know you don't have to. And there are some games I say I'm not going back, but it's hanging over me. Because I liked Dragon Quest 7. I just feel like the game could have been half as long. And you know what? No, honestly, when I think critically about it, the reason I got so burnt out was, and not a spoiler, the game changes up the party frequently, and you just don't always have a full party. You frequently only have 3 party members. And the problem for me is that they keep adding more and more enemies per fight, but you don't have your full roster of 4. And it just takes a while. And even auto battling, it just takes a while. And I'm like, dude, this is all just arbitrarily because I don't have a 4th party member for a significant portion of the game. And it just slows things down. It slows it down too much for me. because you're just fighting 10 enemies as 3 people. And it's like, even just having that 4th person, especially if they have the ability to hit multiple enemies at once, like a boomerang and shit, you know what I mean? Like, just being able to really hit them hard with 4 people speeds it up so much. Yeah. So that's a major sticky point for me, is how much of the game you don't play with a full party. And that annoyed me greatly. And I feel like it really is why I bounced off the game and have just struggled to go back to it. Because even now, at the section I'm at, I have a full party again, but the PTSD is there from how fucking slow that game felt when there was only 3 of us for an extended period of time.
Okay. All right, fair enough, dude. I get it. Sometimes you just don't vibe with it.
And but the story was so cute.
Yeah, it is a cute game.
The story was so cute.
It is a cute game.
It's a cute little game. It has a very charming story. The side missions especially, you know, some of them were very haunting and just sad. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. Like, some of them were just like, this is just fucking sad.
Yeah.
And you don't get to save the day. You just get to sit with it. And I liked it. I liked that it was like a bold choice to just say, here's something sad and you can't fix it. I like that. Mm-hmm. But I did just feel like even knowing that this is pared down twice from the original, I'm like, holy shit, how much more was there? Because this is dragging for me at this point. So I want to see it through because I like the characters. They're so charming and just adorable, and I feel very likable. But God, I'm just getting sick of it. Well, I did get sick of it. I keep telling myself, just play it again. And then I said, I'll play anything but that. And I went back to Langrisser, which is good. Yeah, I only dropped Langrisser because of Tomodachi Life. So
yeah, you're in the Langrisser mood. I get
it. It's good. The soundtrack is terrible. This is a podcast game because the soundtrack is fucking cheeks, dude. Like, I'm not usually very harsh judge on those. Like, the soundtrack's fucking ass. Damn. So this is a perfect podcast game. I've been listening to The Rest is History, which is a great podcast that you should all check out. But the gameplay's great, but the soundtrack is so fucking bad, just painfully bad.
Damien Atwood wrote and said, hello, fellow punchers. I'm having surprisingly a good time playing Tomodachi Life. I love having my friends and my family interacting with a bunch of other characters from pop culture and media. I have paralyzed Donald Trump, 2D from Gorillaz, and more, along with creating custom clothes and items for them to use, i.e. 9-inch nail shirts and bags of sugar. My question for Micah and anyone else who played it is, have any of you played around with adding your own custom characters and items? Have a great one. You did add some. You added your Aunt Jemimas and your Land of Lake Butter ladies.
Yes. And in terms of items, I'm not very good at drawing, like, on the touch screen. And so I haven't had as much fun with that. So, like, the Land O'Lakes girl, I did do a very rudimentary version of her dress in, like, the custom mode. I made her a tan dress, and I tried my very best to make it look somewhat like the one on the box. It doesn't, but to me it does. And then I've added a couple random things, like All Bran is a really good cereal, and I made a custom bowl of All Bran, but it doesn't look good. I don't understand how people are so good at making some of this custom stuff. Like, I wanted to make a fake soda called Cum Cola, and just trying to write it on the can though. It's coming out so bad. So I just ended up not doing it right. I got to make a note to circle back to that later though, because I still need to add that. But I'm not good at drawing these things. I'm envious of the people who are. I have seen a lot of people are actually using styluses for this, and that's so I don't feel as bad, because I'm just trying to fucking finger paint over here while they're using the stylus like they're drawing on their iPad, because they're pros. But outside of the characters and the All Brand, I have not had great success adding things. And I got to think of more female characters to add. Oh, yeah. So here's what happened, actually. Because I wanted to add Paula Deen and Kathy Mitchell. However, there's not great options for, like, big poofy old lady hair. like they both have kind of like the little old lady bangs and like the Peggy Hill kind of hair.
Mhm.
There's not really great options in the customization for them. And I just couldn't get it to look right. I'm like, I'm not putting Paula Deen in here unless it fucking looks right. So that's when I pivoted to food mascots. And I got to think of a couple more though, because there's still not enough women for everybody. There's not enough to go around. But I got to think of some more ideas for that. I'm kind of though at a loss at this point. I think maybe I could do like a gender bent Uncle Ben.
Mm-hmm.
We could do Aunt Benny or something.
Sure. Aunt Benny.
Well, I don't know. There's not a lot of women in food mascots. I realize that now.
Yeah.
Like, what else is there?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
We could, because like they don't all have faces. Like Sarah Lee Bread, but was there a Sarah Lee, like an actual mascot?
You can make Wendy's girl from Wendy's.
We could do Wendy, and Betty Crocker used to be a face of the company. Now it's just the name. They no longer use the likeness, but I could add Betty Crocker.
Okay. Little Debbie? Or do you not want to do it because it's a kid?
No, that's not a problem. I'm thinking more of like, is she too similar to Wendy's? Does she look too similar to Wendy? But we got Mrs. Fields. That's a real lady.
Fields, yeah.
The cookie lady. Yeah, because I just want them to be funny and silly. Because it just feels weird. Like, I know you have a girlfriend, so I'm not trying to have it be like Brad's dating Alanis Morissette. It'd be funny, but I don't know. It feels funnier and less weird to be like Brad's dating the Land O'Lakes Indian.
It's a video game. It's fun.
It is a video game. But, it's like, I know. I felt weird about it, so I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it.
So instead, I paired you up with the Sun-Made Raisin lady.
Of course,
you
yes.
know?
Yeah, of course.
It just felt totally non-threatening and fine.
Yeah. For me, just about what I've been playing recently has been Saros, the new game from Housemarque. I'm sure you've seen Colin play a lot of this, Micah, on your TV.
I've seen and heard. I would be brushing my teeth upstairs. I hear he was like, damn it. Like, I know something bad happened.
But in case anyone is unaware what the game is, it is a third-person action adventure. I think that's how they technically call it, but it has roguelite elements in it. Basically, you're going on runs, you're gathering resources, you're fighting bosses, and when you die, you are restarting, essentially. But this time, there are more permanent, or I guess, like progression you can make after a run. There's like a little talent tree now. You can now insert a currency.
More Hades style.
Yeah, more like Hades style, yeah. Instead of Returnal. I haven't played Returnal in years, so it's hard for me to remember everything, but it seemed like there was less progression you carry over from run to run. I streamed it for a while, so I didn't grasp the story as probably as I would have, or as well as if I was just playing on my own. But basically, it seems like there is this eclipse going on, and it's doing all sort of eldritch shit going on. People are losing their minds, all that kind of stuff. So I still have a ways to go. I've only killed one boss so far. I don't know how many there are, all that kind of stuff. But the gameplay is very fun. I'm having a really good time with all that kind of stuff. One mechanic that is new, I believe, that was not in Returnal is you have a shield that you can use to absorb attacks from enemies. And by absorbing, not only does it defend you, but it charges up like a more powerful weapon for you to have. And of course, you can find different versions of that weapon as well. And I love the gameplay of these games. I really love the gameplay of Returnal a lot. I liked Returnal a lot as a game in general. I definitely want to spend more time with this. It seems like a great game so far. More of the Returnal style that I wanted. So I'm very happy with it so far. I'm curious to see where the story goes. The story is much more... What's the word I'm looking for? It's way less obtuse. It still is obtuse, I should say. But there is like NPCs you were talking to. Like you have a hub you go back to and you talk to different characters who are also experiencing weird stuff. And instead of Returnal, which is more of a solo isolating experience. So I don't know.
It's like literally like Returnal is all it's her recollecting things,
right?
You know, she's narrating it. Mm-hmm. She's having memories. But when Colin, booted up Saros and he's playing it and he's like, there was more story in the first 10 minutes here than the entire game of Returnal. just because it's like, it's one of those, you have to go find it in Returnal. You gotta figure it out. Versus here, it's like the story. They're telling you the story. It's very upfront.
Yeah. But I'm digging it. I want to play more. I need to get back to Pragmata. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to finish first. Pragmata might be easier. Pragmata, I'm not sure. I don't know. People have said it's both. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. You can't please anyone. Anyways, I need to figure out which one to beat of those games first. I might do Pragmata just because, well, Saros is more of a game I feel like you need to be consistent with to build up a rhythm.
Yes.
In terms of Pragmata, you can just kind of hop into whenever. So, I don't know. I'm at an impasse there. I'll have to figure that out. But definitely want to finish those two games.
I think you're right. Because Colin kind of prioritized finishing Mouse PI so that he could focus more on the George Soros adventure, because too, it's about memorizing how each gun performs. Like you pick up this weapon for this run. It's like, how does this one work? And it's like, you can't keep starting from zero every time you play, or you're not going to get better at it.
Yeah. But cool game. I hope it ends well. Not sure, but I'll report back more about the game, I'm sure, in the future. But that's about it for me right now. Okay, let's go back to news, unless there's anything else you want to talk about, Maiko, or are you good?
No, that is it.
Okay. Next story we got right here. The IO Interactive CEO talked a little bit about the Switch 2 delay for 007. Of course, this is coming out this month, I believe, for every platform, but the Switch 2 version did get delayed. But I'm going to read this from VGC. The CEO of Hitman Studio, IO Interactive, has assured players that the Switch 2 version of 007 First Light will be released eventually, and that he'll do everything in his power to ensure it runs well. 007 First Light was set to release on May 27th on PS5, pretty much everything, but the Switch 2 version, which was originally set to release alongside the others, has now been delayed to later in the summer. In an interview with the games business, Hakan Abrak was asked how things were going with the Switch 2 version and whether it was doing a Borderlands 4. And he said, quote, what did Borderlands do? Abrak asked. He was then informed that the Switch 2 version of Borderlands 4 was indefinitely delayed back in September 2025. I think they mean not 2005.
Yeah.
Just days before its release, and there's been no sign of it in the 8 months since. And quote, Abrak replied, No. It's running. It's running on Switch 2. We must just admit that we want to make sure that it's as good as. I don't want to hear, it was just a good version. It wasn't a good version, blah, blah, blah. So to be completely honest, we need a bit more time to get it where we want it to be. And we said summer. It's probably going to be late summer, right? But we're going to get it out. So and he said one more thing. I think the first experience we had on Switch was actually the cloud solution we did back with Hitman. Okay. Which was, I think, a bit of an experiment, he replied, referring back to the 2021 cloud streaming games of the Switch version. And he said, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I think a lot of Switch games did not adapt that service on the platform back then, but getting Hitman out on Switch 2 natively running has been a much better experience. Both of our games are also our standard for what we want to have running on it. Okay, so basically he's just saying, hey, we're going to get this shit out. It's not up to snuff right now, but we want to get it out by the summer. That's the plan. They don't want to pull a Borderlands where it just kind of goes MIA and we don't hear anything about it for a long time, which is great. I've heard good things about this game. There's been previews of it. People have been playing it and enjoying it, which is nice to hear. I'm a old school GoldenEye enjoyer from back on the N64. So this is great. Bond has a good spot on Nintendo because of that for me. So I'm very happy about that. And if you need a little bit of time to get it polished, so be it. It is what it is. Ideally, of course, it would launch day and date on the platform. Same with everything else. But it's better than nothing. I'll take it. Especially if it's only like a few months, like 3 months, maybe. Could be worse. But I'm happy to hear they're being honest about it. Just being like, we got to get this. It's not up to snuff, essentially, yet. Now, Micah, is this something you'd play on your Switch too?
Potentially. As everyone knows, I'm not much of a stealth game enjoyer, but the story here has me interested. So even though I typically don't jive with stealth games and not really into them, the story has me intrigued. I'm Also not much of a James Bond person, but not out of dislike, just out of inexposure. So this is a game that I want to hear more about. And if this could be a good opportunity to say, all right, let's check out what they actually accomplished with this additional time and see, how they did with the Switch 2 port. I might be the only one of the company who'd be willing to take that bullet. So I think I'm going to end up doing it whenever it does end up coming out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. I don't know if I'll get it right away, but I'm definitely curious about it. So we'll see. Okay. Let's move on to I think this is the final story. No, we have one more after that. Just a quick thing, really. Well, not super quick, but here we go. Basically, you guys may remember a while ago that Nintendo was not available on Amazon for a while. They stopped carrying their products on there. We got a little bit of insight with that now when Reggie Fils-Aimé opened up a little bit about this. Former Nintendo president Reggie Fils-Aimé has recently spoken to attendees at the NYU Game Center lecture series about a range of topics on that cropped up about the rift between Amazon in the US and Nintendo. Now I'm going to read his full quote here. At the time, just in the Americas, I was selling 10 million DSs a year. We're driving a lot of the revenue. We had a lot of scale. And at the time, Amazon was looking to get bigger into the video game space. Amazon's mentality back then is that they wanted to have the lowest prices out in the marketplace, even lower than Walmart. And one of their executives called me. Well, it was a conversation that got to me after I had progressed through a lot of the levels of my sales organization. And essentially what Amazon wanted is that they wanted an obscene amount of support, financial support, so they could have the lowest prices and beat Walmart. I literally said to the executive, that's illegal, right? I can't do that. You get silence on the other end, but this isn't what I want. Literally, we stopped selling to Amazon, and it's because I wasn't going to do something illegal. I wasn't going to do something that would put at risk the relationship we have with our other retailers. But it was also set the stage to say, look, you're not going to push me around. This is the way we do business. And so that's how over time you build respect. So basically Amazon's like, hey man, cut us a huge deal on this thing. Illegal territory. And Reggie said, no way. You are Amazon. You are a humongous retailer. But Reggie said no. So that's why we didn't have it. I remember we speculated about this. I don't know if it was last year or something like that, because it did get brought up. Right,
because the first party items finally came back. Because you could pre-order third party games still on Amazon, but it's like, you could not get first party stuff for pre-order or anything. And it was just like, what the hell is going on here? Amazon doesn't have it? That's weird. Mm-hmm. And we really didn't know the full story.
Yeah, just his quote of saying, responding to the executive, that's illegal, right? That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And he's like, you get silence on the other end. But the guy's like, but this is what I want. That's so funny.
And it honestly, too, it speaks to a different era of Amazon, because for me anyways, Amazon no longer is the de facto cheapest place to get things outside of like Prime Day and Black Friday deals. It's more so just that it's the fastest way to get things. A lot of people now shop Amazon because you have your Prime membership and it's the absolute fastest way to get the item. It's not necessarily the cheapest. It's on par with other retailers. It might be the same price as Target and Walmart, but instead of undercutting them that way, it's just like, we'll get it to you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We'll literally have it on your doorstep at 5 a.m. And who can beat that? And you're like, all right. So it is just funny to kind of have this of like, it was a different strategy for Amazon than how I view them now as the fastest way to get something, not necessarily the cheapest.
Yeah. Well, very interesting. I'm glad to get that kind of insight. Of course, there's a lot more to that story that we probably won't hear, but at least we got some broad details. Yeah.
Like, who the hell was it at Amazon? And to think for that guy's blunder to lead to them just not having those products. I mean, talk about really shooting yourself in the dick there, because you're just going to end up like, fine, you just can't have any of them. Never mind getting them for cheaper than Walmart. You just can't have them. That's fucking crazy. That guy probably got taken out back and shot.
Yeah, that is crazy. All right. Just a quick little story here that I thought was interesting. This is kind of old news, but I never knew about this personally. But apparently Miyamoto thinks Zelda 2 was, quote, sort of a failure. So I'm going to read this from Games Radar. Shigeru Miyamoto thinks Zelda 2 was sort of a failure, and A Link to the Past is the real sequel. Quote, the games I make usually get better in the development process since we keep coming up with good ideas, but Zelda 2 stayed the same. Mario, Donkey Kong, and Zelda creator Shigeru Miyamoto thinks Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is the real sequel to the original after the second game failed to live up to the hype. Speaking to the Swedish Super Play magazine in 2003, so a while ago, via Retro Gamer's 40 Years of the Legend of Zelda issue, Miyamoto mentioned that it remains the black sheep of the Legend of Zelda series. Zelda 2 Adventure of Link, the game took a top-down perspective from the first game and made it an RPG-like world traversal system with the actual action taking place on a 2D plane, feeling more like a progenitor to the action RPG genre than a traditional Zelda. Miyamoto says that Zelda 2 quote, was my original idea, but the actual game was developed by another team. As for why it turned out to be a bit of a rough entry in the series, he explained, the games I make usually end up better in the development process since we keep coming with good ideas, but Zelda 2 stayed the same. It was sort of a failure. After Zelda 2, however, what came was still considered to be the best of Legend of Zelda. Does any of this really matter here? Let me just see, opposed to the following 2Ds. Oh. No, he's basically saying we actually see Link to the Past as the real sequel to Legend of Zelda. I know Zelda 2 is an interesting game, Micah. It is a rapid departure from Zelda 1 and Link to the Past that came after it. And I guess it kind of is the black sheep in terms of design. I know a lot of people that love this game, though. Like Colin likes Zelda 2 quite a bit, I think. And there are elements I like about Zelda 2 a lot, but it's not my favorite, I would say. It's not one like nearly the top. Like I prefer Zelda 1 and over it, but I do think it has some really cool ideas. But it's just interesting to hear conversations like this. And I'm sure a lot of the listeners probably already know this, but it's a good reminder to me to hear this kind of stuff, especially about it being developed by another team and all that kind of stuff. And this is that era of video games, it seemed like a lot of sequels did dramatic changes. Like Castlevania 2 is a really good example of it being like a dramatic departure from the first game. And they kind of go back to the original framework more so with 3. But Zelda 2 is an interesting game. If none of you have played it out there, it's definitely worth checking out. It's a hard-ass game, though, if you play it, especially without save states and all that kind of stuff, which you should totally do. It's a tough-ass fucking game. But cool game. Micah, how excited are you to play Zelda 2?
Oh, Brad, it's on the list. I think, though, I'll get to Skyward Sword first. Sure. I think that's the appropriate methodology. There's no fucking way I'm going back that far. All right, no.
Yeah, I don't expect
to. I dabbled with the old Zeldas, and I think I just feel more comfortable staying in the Game Boy and on era. Okay, let's just stay there.
Yeah,
all right,
just stay there. All right, let's answer some questions from the readers at the end of this episode, like we always do. If you want to write into the show, I post a thread every Sunday on our Patreon calling for your submissions, so keep an eye out there. CJ wrote and said, hello, punchers. Now that April has come and gone with no Star Fox announcement, are we cooked? We did talk about this a little bit. But do we think Nintendo delayed the announcement, or that is a fake leak all along? And what does that mean for the rest of their lineup this year? Sincerely, a starving Star Fox fan. I wouldn't say give up hope yet, CJ. I think there's still hope. Keep huffing that copium. I think if we get to the end of summer and we don't hear anything, then I would start panicking. But for now, I think we're okay. I still believe it's going to happen. Micah still believes it's going to happen. We got to believe. That's all we can do. We got to do like a spirit bomb. You know how they raise their hands up? We got to do that for Star Fox fans. Let you guys enjoy Star Fox again. And bring back the puppets for Micah. She loves them.
Don't leave the puppets in the incinerator where they belong.
All right. This is an unfortunate name, but I have to read it. The cum sock Harry gave Dobby.
Jesus.
Howdy, punchers. I make my poor 6-year-old play Fortnite on the stinky Switch when we play co-op, and I kind of feel bad. I can get a cheaper Switch 2 through the toy store I work at. Is it worth upgrading for performance in Bonanza alone? Thanks. I don't know. It's like, does your kid care that they're playing on a stinky Switch? do they even know? I don't know. Or if there's
do you feel bad because you think they could have a better experience? But if they haven't complained, if this is who I think it is, by the way, I think I've met this child. Very sweet child. Now, I'd give him a Switch 2 just because he's a great little lad. But unless he's having like, oh, it's lagging all the time and like, Dad, this sucks.
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, get some more life out of that just while you can.
Sure.
While it works and runs well. However, Bonanza fucking rules, and if you want to play it, get it.
And we've talked about this. Switch 2 prices may go up sooner than later, so keep that in mind. Also, if you said you work at a toy store, you can get it cheaper. Depends how much cheaper you can get it for, and if you're in a financial position to be able to buy it. I don't know where everyone's financial situation is, but if you're
willing to trade in the OG Switch 2, you know,
sure.
If you're not going to hold on to it for nostalgic purposes, you can still get a chunk of change for that, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, so I would say do it if you can, and Micah agrees. Get that Switch 2. Get the Switch 2.
Get Pokopia. Yoshi in the Mysterious Book is on the way. All right, we're eating good over here in the neighborhood.
It's pretty good stuff. That's right. You got Splatoon on the horizon.
Splatoon Raiders is coming. I'm actually going to try it.
Now that it's single player only, I'm a little more curious, but I'm still not sold on it yet. Because I wish I liked Splatoon more. Because it is an interesting franchise and super unique, and I think that's awesome. But I just haven't clicked with it. I'm hoping this would be the one, though.
I hear you, because I didn't even play Splatoon 3. I loved 2. But I didn't even play 3. And so it's like, clearly, I like it enough. I got Marina and Pearl amiibos back here. But I'm not going to say I'm a Splatoon super fan. I like it, though. And so this being single player, I'm like, yeah, that looks fun. I'll check it out. But I'm not like foaming at the mouth for it, you know?
Is it Splatoon or Splatoon? I guess everyone just says Splatoon, right?
It better be Splatoon, because otherwise I'd be very upset.
They're gonna come for us.
If we're supposed to be saying Splatoon the whole time, that ain't right.
Yeah,
that doesn't.
We better
right.
find out how they say it in Japan.
I can't. I won't try. I almost tried, and I was like, you know what? We don't need that.
All right. Slippery When Wet wrote and said, hey there, lady and gent. Quick question from Micah. After re-listening to Constellation, I recently got up to the episode where you explaining how your nail tech went missing. Did you ever get an update on whether or not you found her? Not sure if I missed it, and if you said it on a piece of content after the fact. Thanks and enjoy the week, LSM fam. All right, your nail tech. What happened?
Yeah, I don't remember if I updated it on the show. I did find her, and I've been going back to her ever since. What I ended up doing was, so I wasn't able to find her through traditional methods. However, I went on Venmo, which is what she used to accept tips at the old nail salon. And I sent her a $1 tip asking, hey, where do you work now? I went to other nail salon and you weren't there anymore. And I just sent her $1 hoping she'd reply, and she did. And I've been going there ever since. So I did find her. Because that was a whole thing, Brad, where I was going to this really great nail tech. And then I went to my next appointment and they informed me she was gone. And I couldn't find her. And the other nail techs were horrible. And I was like, I simply must find this woman. She's the best. And it all ended happily for once. Everything was coming up Millhouse.
Yeah. Everything's coming up Millhouse. I love that saying. It's a classic.
That's another thing obviously Colin knows what that's from, but that's another thing I say pretty frequently. And he just rolls his eyes at it. He does not appreciate it, Bradley. Let me be very clear. Everyone says, "Oh, go find a nerd wife." It's a thankless
careful what
job.
you ask for. Careful what you
Unless
ask for.
you want periodic Simpsons references and your wife wearing weird Zelda shirts around the house. It's probably not everything people think it is.
Right. Yeah. All right. Dr. Mario Mejia wrote in and said, hey guys, first time, long time. I actually wanted to write in with a different topic this week. I know NFTs have been beaten to death and I hate them just as much as anyone else. However, I do think I have an example of a way they could be used that would actually improve the experience. The example I'm thinking of is Pokemon. Imagine if every single battle, attack, experience gain, and gem leader beaten was stored on the blockchain for every Pokemon you caught and traded. That could mean you could check anyone else's Pokemon, look back at your own from years ago, and relive those old memories. It reminds me of the story about the guy who raced against his dad's ghost data in an old PS2 game. You could have something similar here. Imagine an old friend from your primary school traded you a Pokemon years ago. You could go back, reminisce, and actually see how they used to play through the data attached to that Pokemon. Another benefit is that they could help fix the issue of hacked Pokemon. For example, people often generate shinies or even only legendary illegitimately. With something like this, those Pokemon would not have any valid histories tied to real gameplay, so they would be easy to identify. Anyway, just wanted to share that idea. Keep fisting those bricks and go fuck yourselves. I'm just kidding, guys. You know I love you.
This is a lot to digest for an idiot like me. That NFTs are just those monkey pictures on Twitter.
Yeah, like digital pictures. I think the idea of saving data about a specific Pokemon is really cool. Like you had your Pokemon and you can see stats and all that kind of stuff and compare with others and see their stats. I think that's all really sick. I'm not going to pretend I know how that stuff works or how they would do it or whatever like that. But the idea you presented is a very interesting one to me. And I think that's cool. Micah?
No, he took it way. I thought he was going to say they should sell Pokemon NFTs. And I was like, these rabid fans will literally be like, this will just be a massacre. And that's not where he took it. And I'm very glad because this is cool. The comparison to like, oh, you're erasing somebody's, ghost data on a game. This is cool. I like this concept. It's also very tied though to like a social thing of like, yeah, we're gonna go back and see how Timmy on the playground used to play with Trubbish. It doesn't have a pull for me specifically.
Sure,
but
I get it.
I appreciate the idea. I think someone else would be really jazzed about it.
Yeah, even as like a very extremely casual Pokemon fan, I think it'd be cool to be able to see that kind of stuff. Like you were saying, like, your buddies, Trubbish, seeing the stats of their Trubbish, what Trubbish did, how many times Trubbish got KO'd or something like that.
Wow, this is the B drill that he used to get the rock badge or something.
Yeah, that's the B drill. Legendary. The legendary
This
B-drill.
is the Weeping Bell that I used to take down Gyarados.
I don't like those guys. Those Weeping Bells and whatever I don't like him. His evolution. What is that? The Weeping Bell? I always forget that little guy's name.
Oh, Bells.
Yeah, it's Bellsprout. Yeah, Weeping Bell. I don't like, dude. That freaks me out. It's
I like Weeping Bell.
This big mouth, dude. No, he's like a whale shark. Yeah. No, I don't want that shit.
I do like Weeping Bell. But, I'm a fringe fan, right? I just saw it and said, I like that one.
Yeah, you would. You fucking would.
Oh, because there's like an acceptable Pokemon to like better. You know, you're like, if it's not Diglett Trio, I don't like it.
Dig Trio? Yeah, it's Blastoise. That's the correct answer.
Big boy Blastoise.
Mm-hmm. Big boy Blastoise. Meme. Yeah, he's the best.
All right. He showed up.
Hey. Silence.
He shows up at the party, and I'm like, get that fucking guy out of here.
Oh, dude. Big boy Blastoise. Come on, dude. He's bringing the party with his sunglasses and shit. House. Come on.
Take the sunglasses off and then waterboard
he's
him.
out there grilling with you. He's chilling with you with like a beer in his hand.
God, I miss the grill. I can't grill at all this week because of the landscaping in the backyard. I feel lost. I feel adrift.
Listen. Think of King of the Hill, okay? You got your Dales, your Bills, your Boomhauers, your Hanks all hanging out in the back alley, talking about grilling, whatever, construction, building shit. Blastoise, big boy Blastoise fit right in there with the boys. A beer can in his hand.
I feel like Weeping Bell maybe would be a better fit.
No, Weeping Bell belongs in a prison. Locked up in he needs to be locked up in Azkaban or something.
You're getting fucking heated that I think Weeping Bell's better than Big Man Blastoise.
It's disgusting. It's a disgusting take.
If I had to choose between Big Man Blastoise and Trubbish to hang out with for a day, I'd hang out with Trubbish.
Trubbish probably smells like shit.
He smells like what he's been eating. So like anything could be in the trash.
He's just trash. That's just what he is, dude. People are putting trash on him.
Feed him. If I just fed him a bunch of like old bagels, he'll smell like bagel.
No. He's just,
yeah.
That's what he did. He, like, the trash is drawn to him. It's gonna be like gum on him.
He eats the trash,
him,
you know.
have baby diapers
there's
on
not
him.
there's not gonna be gum or poop. Not here. There's no diapers in this house. Yeah. All right.
I would say, listeners, let me know which one you like more, but I know you're all gonna pick Trubbish. Just to
they
spite
won't.
Me.
They like you better. No, they won't.
They won't. No,
They'll be like Big Man Blastoise.
They love to spite me. Big Boy Blastoise all day.
Well, maybe if you'd gone and eaten your Jollibee spaghetti, they would.
This is crazy, dude.
You.
Took you 3 years to see a fucking Mario movie, but I don't
didn't want to.
I didn't eat a thing in a week. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but like you said, you were gonna go eat it.
Yeah.
You said, and I quote, "I'm gonna go eat it."
I'm gonna eat it. I didn't give you time. I didn't say. I gave you two I gave two options, and I did.
No. We're going back 2 weeks. We're going back to when you were at the Square Enix thing, and you were like, "And I'm gonna be next to that Jollibee, and I'm gonna go get it." That's what we're talking about.
If the line wasn't around the block, I would have done it.
Listeners, I want you all to hear that Bradley thinks you guys aren't worth standing in a line for.
That's correct.
Oh my God! You heard it here first, folks.
Micah, you wouldn't get up. You wouldn't get off the couch for the listeners. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, that's not true. I do things.
You wouldn't go across the street for them. That's for sure.
No, I cross the street all the time. I don't like crossing the street. It's my least favorite activity.
Not for them.
No, I would. Listen, I met a listener at Publix, and I chat with him every time I see him.
I would go on a quest with you, listeners, to slay a dragon.
No, you wouldn't.
And Micah?
You would not.
Well,
listeners,
if there's benefit
I would grill you some food. I'd grill you guys a rack of ribs. Yeah.
I'll take you to Micah's. How about that? We'll carpool.
We'll all have an espresso together.
That's right.
Do you have which Nespresso machine do you have? I forgot to ask. Is it a Virtuo?
Yes, I think that's it. I think that is it.
I'm an original gal.
Which one are you? Yeah. The original?
I have the original, the mini pods.
Oh,
is what I got.
Okay. I don't know. My brother gave it to me like years and years ago. I can't remember
they're wonderful.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's not like the greatest coffee in the world, but it's super convenient for me in terms of I just put that pod in and let it rip. Don't get me wrong. I love the fresh ground beans, all that kind of stuff, Dustin style.
Yeah, of course. But if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to be a barista, because Dustin has he's got the electric kettle and he sets the temperature depending on the type of coffee. And I'm like, I just want to push a button and have some decent coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I respect the good coffee, but I personally don't care as much because I'm ignorant to it. I just don't know it that well.
Well, it's also just in terms of price, it's like it's still way cheaper than Starbucks, and it's a step up from Keurig.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Sure, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I'm a middle of the road kind of gal.
I respect it. I get it. All right, and hold on. We got one more question. I must wrap this up. It's Towers wrote and said, "Hello, Punching Up crew. Since Micah has been running through a few JRPGs, I wanted to ask if you guys have any tips for staying engaged with the genre." Not a good week to ask this question. I was somehow able to finish Persona 4 and Final Fantasy 7 a while back, but more recently, I'm finding it difficult to stick to Final Fantasy 10, Expedition 33, and Yakuza 7. I'm interested in the stories, but after a few dozen hours, I get bored and pulled away by a game that isn't turn-based. Thanks in advance.
Honestly, so Yakuza 7 is a great example because I'm a big fan of the Yakuza games, but I took a break from that one because I was getting bored with it, even though I was really invested in the story. I love Ichiban as a character, but I wasn't feeling it. I end up just going back to it later, and that might be what you need to do is just take a break from turn-based and go back when you're in the mood for it, because truly it's torture to sit and play through a game that you just don't feel like playing that style right now. So I really do end up taking a break from something, go back later, finish it. Oh, I had a lovely time. But if I try to just brute force through a game that I'm not that into, something that really hooked me, Persona 5, you couldn't drag me away from that game. I was invested start to finish. The story, the soundtrack, everything. I was just like, I can't get enough. That game did not bore me at all. And then Expedition 33, towards the end, I started to get a little, all right, let's just get this over with. I put that one on easy to finish it because I just said, let's just get the fuck out of here. That's perfectly valid to me. If you are just ready for an experience to be over and you'd like to expedite that, put it on easy. Totally fine in my book, so long as you don't care about trophies and achievements, whatever, for difficulty. I'm all right with doing that to say, like, I just want to finish it and see the story through, but I'm no longer invested in the gameplay. So, I mean, my tips are going to be either take a break from it and come back when you're just in the mood to finish it. Don't restart the game. Don't be a Colin and say, well, now I got to start over. I was 30 hours in. Don't do it. Just pick up from where you left off. The story is not so complicated in any of these that you can't figure out what you were doing and just return. Or B, just bump down the difficulty and breeze through those last 10 hours. Because especially Expedition 33, it's like, it's a challenging game with the parry system and all that. So Yakuza 7 is less difficult, but it's a long ass game. That game does not, try to get out of your way. So I'd say either bump down the difficulty or just take an intentional break. And when you're saying, oh, I want something turn-based again, then pick up one of those.
Sure. Yeah, I think those are all good things. I don't know. It's weird for me when they brought up Yakuza 7 and what was the most recent one? Yakuza 8, whatever it's called again. Those games
Infinite
always
Wealth.
feel long to me as well. And I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it.
No, they are long games.
Yeah.
they
feel longer to me than they are for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. And I'm like, these are good games. Really good games.
Yes.
But something about it, I don't know what it is for me right now. So
The
I can relate to this listener.
are excessive. Like, so Yakuza 0, still my favorite, honestly, of the Yakuza games. Really great cutscenes, but we're talking 15 minutes. You're sitting here watching it. You're watching a TV show at this point, and it really feels like you're just at a standstill at times because you're not playing, you're just watching. And that really extends the experience for me of like, this feels like a super long game because I just sat here for 20 minutes not pressing anything, just waiting.
Yeah. I don't know. Because like there's some games I'm totally fine with long cutscenes and stuff and I'm super invested, but I don't know. I guess it's just whatever you resonate with. I don't know. You'll find it. Not every game's for everybody. I know a lot of people I liked Final Fantasy X back in the day. I haven't played in a long time, so I'm not sure. Expedition 33, obviously, people loved that game. Yakuza 7, I don't know. Just keep experimenting. It's fine. But yeah, Micah gave you some good tips as well. I would highly recommend.
Oh, dude, I would think I literally took like a year off from Yakuza 7, and then I just went back and finished it.
Yeah, I've
some
done
people
that.
really hate that, though, of like not restarting it, but I'm like, just finish it.
Yeah, I've done that with games too. Like Dragon Quest 8 is one of my favorite RPGs ever. And I played it and I liked it, but then it wasn't clicking with me as much. Then I came back later and then I like really fell in love with it. So I don't know. Time and place kind of thing where you're at in life. Who knows? But with that,
because sometimes, just real quick, sometimes it's the expectation of what you're getting and saying, oh, this isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. And then coming back to it later, knowing what the game plays like and how it is. And then you're more in the mood for it because you know what you're getting.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. With that, though, we're all done. Mike, another episode in the books. We another episode of Punching Up. We did it. Please clap. Listeners, viewers, thank you guys for hanging out with us, especially if you made it all the way to the end, all the way through all of our shenanigans. We greatly appreciate it. Micah, what's on the docket for the rest of the day?
I'm going to go play some Tomodachi Life. I'm going to try and add some more custom items. I've been inspired. I'm going to try and get that cum cola looking right. And I'm going to make sure Brad gets the first can of it because he's been misbehaving all day. I really like that I was uncomfortable being like, I can't have Brad dating, Shirley Temple. That's a real person. But I am comfortable being like, here's a cum cola for you to walk around.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? That's the way it is. All right, everybody, we're out of here. Thank you for watching, listening. We'll see you next week. Take care and goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.